Dead man walking, death head mobs often watching. Take wing like moths, get drawn into the flame. Who controls you? You know my sickness over. Don't tell them where I'm going. Levitate the devil's dust to my quarters.
Listen to the junkie, the hunger's mad. We got a fungus inside of 100 years that was formed in the mind of an organism who came from the earth, so it's bona fide. And I'm asleep when I'm dead with dual bandoliers. Eye in the sky with the deadpan hawking. The root of your primal fear, the making an in-God disappear. What's an ape to an angel, a saint to a man? Man, I pray to the end that they understand the difference cramped up in a cosmic corridor where the junkies swaying like harem dancers. Stalked in the finer things, caught in the glint of the blades you came, harboring stains of a creature pressure.
Space hustler, can you save me from this sickness that I'm craving? Can you end my famine? Space hustler, please don't save me from this sickness. It's my lover, may I never waver.
My stiff sword for a whore's adaptive. I dig up with a force and explore galactics. Inhibited a source that was forced and captured. Positioned to the north of a tortured atlas. Born with a core of rackets. Jumping out of ships with the doors for tablets. Scraped on the walls for amulets. Built with the orators, laws in Sanskrit. Killed with a tomahawk, forced the language. Now we stuck in a tenement beneath star clusters. Studying strands of DNA to God's fostered. Inside of a pyramid with a cloth posture. Descending to the astral realms of lost prophets. Shot a box of stardust to Neptune. Selling for a kilo with Saturn on the red moon. Shot a box of stardust to Neptune. Selling for a kilo with Saturn on the red moon.
Space hustler, can you save me from this sickness that I'm craving? Can you end my famine? Space hustler, please don't save me from this sickness. It's my lover, may I never waver.
I'm abominable, I'm a ghost in a shell. I was born in the form of a ritual, and when it goes in the cuts, when it glows in the clutch, when it grows in the crust of the system failure. I'm a madman talking Methuselah, harbinger, the poison arrow, devil's advocate, the diamond data. I'm a fragmented form of my future self. I'm the depths of the death of the dregs of the mantis, a festering pusher, clothed in the rag of a fountain, ascending a ladder of daggers, willing host to the twisted methods. I'm a hive in the haze, in the eyes, in the glaze, and a squeeze in my vein till the beast commits. Feeling the viper release its fangs, then enter my brain to release the pain. We going mad, what the fuck has happened? There's a harem above and a hell below. Trapped in the mind, getting vertigo. Horns collapse the wall of Jericho. I'm a bloodletting monk, beggar rise to the foam line, rise in the foam top, rise in the cold sweat. Calm a fiend, but the junk is scarce, so I'ma jump deep fair on a clunk of wrecks.
Space hustler, can you save me from this sickness that I'm craving? Can you end my famine? Space hustler, please don't save me from this sickness. It's my lover, may I never waver. Space hustler, can you save me from this sickness that I'm craving? Can you end my famine? Space hustler, please don't save me from this sickness. It's my lover, may I never waver.
Dead man walking, death head mobs watching. Acolytes of the apocalypse get drawn into the darkness. Who controls you? It's just my sickness talking. Don't tell them that I'm holding. They'd sell the dust from my carcass. Mantis. Let it seep into your blood system. Let it seep into your blood system. Blood system. Mantis, you are slipping into the void. Deep into the void.
Sick of the cosmic hustling, solar dusted, encrusted limbs. Sick of this having nothing but corner crushing the customers. Tripping, I feel disgusted, surrounded by pimps and hustlers. Figured I'd break the mirror that revealing me in my ugliness. Speaking of hollow prophets, so thoughtless they are with peace. When in prison, your fallen saviors, your hallways ain't crystal clean. I got heartaches that metal screams. I've got bodies that bury deep in the hustle, the ball and chain. I've got pockets that need to gleam. Christen your hollow priest while I'm corner crushing. Got nothing to keep me decent, got me hustling, got me headed for destruction. Assemble your skull assassins who's gunning to leave me dusted when folding their tesseracts and then plunging me into darkness. Got me running, ducking, gunning, drunk and pushing dust to cyber junkies. Sick of how far I fall in the bile, wasting the sunless iron dungeon. Going cryo, homicidal, going under. Take a silent in the vapor, meet your maker, final slumber.
Let it in to the void. Beyond the edge of space, overworld is calling. Lean in, hark my lord.
trash I'm jettisoned, spinning in blackest space to be cut in Abraxas amulets. Free from these techno savages, briefly embrace the madness. Get deep in the spiral galaxies, dying in zero gravity. Tractor beam got me risen, riven, frigid to the inner bay. Grip from the cold abyss, a passing ship delivered me half insane. A shrouded woman whispering, you're a god, you're a saint. You got odysseys yet to make, you got prophecies yet to claim. When I lay with her, I felt the weight of the void humming to keep me honest, keep me coming. Her body life force feeds my hunger, the assumption of a lustful lover sunless as cosmic saviors plummet. Her spirit dissolves my anguish like vapor, a sanguine colored. The path to the promised land, she said, is drenched in the blood of sinners. Our time on this plane is done, the computer will guide your mission. Take breath in the barren atmosphere, there you will find the answers. The heralds of godless realms, the calling to you, Mantis.
Let it in to the void, beyond the edge of space, overworld is calling. Lean in, hark my lord, we are undone, the solar king has fallen.
We ain't going home, all our flesh is gone, skin and bones. He ain't going home, we ain't going home, all our flesh is gone, skin and bones. She ain't going home no more.
Dirty blood dripping from the feedback, ringing ears, years blacked out by the voices in the emptiness. Round here there is no light to guide us back or shield us from the wrath of remembrance. There's a beast living in my head that cajoles me with wine and women. I gotta keep on my stamina, they're only holograms, imported by a force that's permanent. I'm all alone in this galaxy deep, where I have to count the years like abacus beads. No longer having to breathe, the soul inanimate, free deceit. Interferon returns like the seas, from the pull of the satellites to the host of the catacombs, eclipse of the sun god by the tetragrammaton. No longer having to sleep, my body's laid to rest, nowhere to run, the time has come. You wanted a monster and I'll give you one, about to transform on him with the setting sun. If you were here, if you were here, if you were here. You wanted a monster and I'll give you one, about to transform on him with the setting sun. If you were here, if you were here, if you were here.
Robotic glass eye grid, violent by design, crypt blind. No more pledge to new wine, inhale the dust. You lie when you tell me enough, when you held me higher than a god and gave me trust. Now what? Corroded, corrupting the code. Ancient programmers, new mankind broke. How can you hold higher ground, silence, flesh and bone, iron shroud, metal sound, bow down to your iron lord, or rise up in his kingdom of rust. Walk with giants, giants corrupt in the void. Wise hair respects digging in the guts of a droid. Interferon only throws you to scraps. I could've shown you the path through the supernova dust to the land that you so desperately seek. My grief rains down heavy on molten seas, knowing my circuits of obsolesced.
Cold-blooded, Arcturus, undoctored, so gutted, cold-blooded, so undoctored, mechanized dreams, so blooded, cold-hearted, so gutted, Arcturus, undoctored, so gutted, cold-blooded, so undoctored.
He looks around. Is this heaven so far from earth? Strange trees swaying in an alien wind. Her skin like sapphires, calm as deep rivers. Exodus, the end is near. Mantis, it's time to spread your wings. Interferon, interferon, interferon.
Grandfather, where are you running? End of summer, a harvest moon. Nothing ties you to the mountains. You're in the field now with room to move. Moving all the light.
lover's moon, time's up. The urge to depart rises to consume what I felt in my heart. For you it lies in summer. Halcyon fields that shimmer at sunset. A fleeting bond returns to the heavens, swirling like a river of space that fans out between us. Like tears in your eyes, the stars trembling, reminding us that nothing lasts forever. Your planet declines into autumn. Its once bright glens have become somber. My ship awaits to sail beyond them. These dying fields that brace for winter. Across nebulae in search of a future. Through the cosmos I'm bound to wander, whispering you are mine no longer.
Grandfather, I hear you gunning to find escape above a hunter's moon. Nothing still ties you to our planet. You're in the void now with space to move. And all the lives you've lived forgotten. You said goodbye, no need to dwell. Don't look back, you're heading upwards. Don't look back, fare thee well.
Waking life is a psalm stolen from the dead. Man slipping, shape-shifting through a drunkard's head. A memory you never had, a scene you never lived, in a dream of a moment that never ends. My friends, I guess the truth is we're all actors in a sense. List stage play performing with the ghosts of mankind undead beneath a veil of tolerance. No words could silence the critics, so we're going in to the bedlam of us and them, madness deep. Ossified, descended back into clans, trapped in the cerebellum, penned in like a beast, in the name of trying to set us free to escape from the cage made of our savage ways. Bickering and conflict, collapsing and endless. Turn back to earth and embers, up the spirits. My pain is lifted when stardust remembered harsh lessons, conversing with the phantoms of the mind.
It's time, leave behind everything, reignite the solar king who hails from far off lands. Understand the architect's design, limitless, the organisms kill with the force of the mind. It's time, leave behind everything, reignite the solar king who hails from far off lands. Understand the architect's design, limitless, the organisms kill with the force of the mind.
No more tears, no wars, no drugs, no violence, no high-rise drive-bys, suicide Bibles, no hate, no reason, no sequel, no karma, no addicts, no dying, there's no end to the saga, no promises past, no future, no wrath, no walls left to fall, no torch left to pass, no flesh to mourn, no roads left to map, now rest. And let it all
now
fade
as we
to
try
black.
to take the path of least resistance, escape a pained existence, insistent that this mortal coil can resist at this condition. This oratory invoking demons in upside down laboratories, it's the same old story. Demogorgons have us comatose, chasing our tails like Ouroboros. Dizziness sublime, running out of time. Our disease persistent, contorted vessels christened with divine wine. Keeps our minds twisted, keeps the sheep in line. This heresy of mine is many moons away, but the zealots want a clean guard, can't say that I go their way. Day after day, night after night, fighting our own kind, grinded to a fine grain, remaining in the hindbrain. Interferon will rewind strains, spiraling the helix, getting high as if we need it. The hyperplane drifter lifted up a echelon insane. Planetary exodus is all that remains. Word.
It's time, leave behind everything, reignite the solar king who hails from far off lands. Understand the architect's design, limitless, the organisms kill with the force of the mind. It's time, leave behind everything, reignite the solar king who hails from far off lands. Understand the architect's design, limitless, the organisms kill with the force of the mind.
No more tears, no wars, no drugs, no violence, no high-rise drive-bys, suicide Bibles, no hate, no reason, no sequel, no karma, no addicts, no dying, there's no end end to the saga. No promises past, no future, no wrath. No walls left to fall, no torch left to pass. No flesh to mourn, no roads left to map. Now rest, and let it all fade to black.
Rising on the jet stream of transcendence, we get to witness the death of the human mantis. He who attained a pure light body state, and as such no man yet has ascended. Now let us make peace with the heavens. At peace with the heavens. At peace with the heavens.